Welcome to Bio 202 Online from Stony Brook University. This course will introduce you to the molecular, cellular, and genetic aspects of living systems with the relationship between structure and function. Having a strong foundation in understanding molecular and cellular biology is crucial to your future success in all the biological sciences. So we welcome you to the course. There are two faculty that you'll interact with on a regular basis over the next 8 weeks. One is Professor Satovsky. He is the person who lectures for most of the course and will be answering your content questions. And then there's myself. I'm the Director of Biology Online, and I'm in charge of all the interactive assets, including the discussions and the e-quizzes, which are part of your learning assets. You'll also hear in the video lectures from Professor Deborah Brown. She will be doing some of the lectures, but you will address all your questions to Professor Satovsky on these parts of the lectures. So besides the faculty members, there are also 4 undergraduate teaching assistants in this course. They all did extremely well, and they're available to assist you. There is a graduate teaching assistant, and there are 2 invaluable instructional support assistants. One is Michael Muniz and the other one is Kristen Slovak. They know the content very well. They also know the ins and outs of the electronic parts of the course as you deal with Blackboard. So please feel free to reach out to any or all of us if you have any questions whatsoever. The course is managed entirely through the Blackboard system, so you will log on to the course from Blackboard through Stony Brook University. One of the most important things you'll see are the announcements. We do contact you through the announcements quite often during the semester for anything that you need to know. So make sure that you're using your Stony Brook University email address, so that you will get these announcements both in email form and on the Blackboard course. As you can note, the course begins on Tuesday, May 28th this year. In other years, it'll be approximately the same time. The first thing you should do is go through faculty information, and you will see how to contact any or all of us at any given time. Our email addresses are there. Information on our research interests as far as Professor Satovsky and myself, email addresses on how to reach instructional support, and all of your undergraduate teaching assistants. Next, you should go to course information and syllabus. There you will see the syllabus for this year and all learning asset directions, the grading rubric for the learning assets, and your examples of graded discussion posts to help you craft full credit posts right from the beginning. If you open the syllabus, I'm going through the important parts of the syllabus, but I strongly recommend that you read the entire syllabus. If you are in section 30, that means that you'll be taking your live exams either on West Campus or at an approved remote test center that you'll have approved with me before the end of the first week. If you are registered for section 60, that means that you'll be taking your exams at the Manhattan locations at the SUNY School of Optometry. Please make sure that you are registered for the correct section. The Manhattan section does not have a good deal of room in the room for the exams, so if you're not going to take your exams in Manhattan, please do not register for section 60. I'll go over the exams and grading with you to make sure that you understand it. There are 3 exams all total in this course. The first exam is as per the syllabus. The second exam is also as per the syllabus as far as which lecture content it covers. There is a discussion board component part of this course, and there is an e-quiz component part of the course. Lastly, there is a cumulative final that is again as per the syllabus as to the location and what it covers. Numbers 3 and 4, which is the discussion board component and the e-quiz component, are called learning assets. These learning assets will help you learn the course material and give you practice on the scientific way of thinking. If you take all of these, the first midterm, the second midterm, and the total of the learning assets, the average is worth 60% of your final grade. The cumulative final is worth 40% of your final grade. Remember that science is a way of thinking. It's much more than a body of knowledge. If you know anything about Carl Sagan, this was one of his famous sayings. What we mean is that many students try to memorize the content in this course rather than truly seeking to understand it. And science is all about understanding detail, yes, but it's about falsification, looking at statements, looking at hypotheses, and seeing if you can falsify them, trying to predict answers based on what you do know. This is part of the skill of learning that we're going to be using in this course, both in the discussion boards and in the learning assets. Because if you can learn to think this way, you'll do much better in your science courses overall. Now, the discussion board grading is 70% of your total learning asset grade. There are 8 discussion posts due during this term, approximately 1 per week. They're due on the latest on Sundays, except for your first introductory post, which is due this week on Thursday. Your discussion posts are graded on a basis of 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 points. There's nothing in between. It's categorical. We do drop the lowest discussion board grade for a potential of 70 points for the discussion board grading. Because of this ability to drop 1 grade, that is the flexibility in grading that we offer. So there are no makeups, nor are there late submissions accepted for the discussion board. So please stay on top of the due dates for everything that you need to do for this course. The total discussion board grade is worth a potential of 70 points. You will see a grading rubric so that you can start to craft your post correctly. It tells you exactly how to receive full credit as far as 10 points total. Tells you what the breakdown is, and also tells you how to lose points. Most important, I would look down on how to receive 0 credits, because if you post after the deadline, again, we do not count your post. If you upload your post as an attachment and don't cut and paste it into the discussion board box, that's also a 0. The reason is that we don't have the time to download attachments for every single student to open them. Or if you leave out multiple required components of your completed assignment, or if you turn in a post that has direct quotes. We don't allow direct quotes, as you should be paraphrasing to show us that you understand the information. So be careful that you don't receive 0 credit. There are also examples of full credit posts for you that will show you exactly how you should be crafting your posts. Make sure that you read through these and you understand it carefully before you submit your discussion post. The quiz grading is 30% of your learning asset grade. There is an academic integrity quiz, which is in week 1. That is worth 10 points. That quiz grade cannot be dropped. Everyone should take it. There are 7 content quizzes due throughout the term, 1 approximately per week, and it's due on the latest on Thursdays. There are 5 questions worth 2 points each in each quiz. Now here, we drop the lowest content quiz score of the 7 for a potential of 70 points worth 30% of your learning asset grade. Again, because of the flexibility of the dropped content quiz, there are no makeups or late submissions accepted. We cannot hold back the grades for the rest of the class. If you haven't kept up and submitted yours on time, we do have to let everyone else see what the answers are to these quizzes and ask questions if they have them, so we can't hold the course up. At any time during the term, if you have an administrative or a content question, you can go into the content questions here. You can post an administrative question. Of course, this does not count as your discussion board graded post, but you can ask anything and we will answer you within 24 hours. Also, during the entire course, if there are any content questions that you have on any of the readings or any of the lecture content, you can also post questions here under content questions. Your textbook information is in the next tab down. We do use Campbell Biology, the 11th edition, but you can use older editions if you have them. It is perfectly fine. The next module down is your weekly assignments. Every week at the top will be the assignment that's due for the week with the due dates clearly stated on them. If you open the assignment, there is an assignment that says read me first. That's the actual assignment. If you open that, it will tell you everything you need to do for the entire week, which lectures to watch, when the graded assignments are due, and exactly what we expect from you from the entire week. Next, if you go down, you will see your lecture 0, which is the orientation video, and your academic integrity video. After you have watched both of those, then you go to your academic integrity quiz, and you can take that, and it's due this Sunday by June 2nd. Please, again, make sure you complete it and you press submit. If you save, it is not considered submitted on time. Next, you would go to your very first lecture, which is lecture 1. If we open it, I'm going to use it as an example for you. You will see your assigned reading for lecture 1. You will see a lecture PowerPoint that you can open and you can download so that you can write notes on it or you can print it out. And you will see your first lecture. Now for the first lecture, if you click on it and it shows you something like this, just ignore it, get out of that screen and go to lecture videos. You will see something that looks like this, which says online video lectures. If you open them, go to lecture 1 and click on it. You may see something that says you acknowledge the copyright, and then you will see the lecture come up. You can press on the CC down here on the bottom, and you can get closed captions if you need them or wish to have them. After that, after you do this for the very first time, you shouldn't have a problem clicking on the links within your weekly assignments to see the lectures. It may be only for the first time. Now, eQuiz 1 will then be there after you have gone through all your lectures 1, 2, and 3, because eQuiz 1 is due on Thursday, and it covers only lecture content 1, 2, and 3. When it's time to make your discussion post for the end of the week, if you go to the main course, you will see something called My Groups. You will not see this right away. You won't see it until Monday morning, actually. You will click on your group, and when you open it, you'll see something that says, please click here. If you click on it, it will take you to your separate discussion board course on Blackboard. Again, pay attention to the announcements. It'll tell you who your undergraduate teaching assistant is that will mentor you through the course material. And if you click on Group 1 Discussions, it will take you to the discussion board itself. Your very first post will be your introductory post. If you click on the forum, you're going to come into it probably in list view. It's very important that instead of being in list view, you click on the little piece next to it on this separate arrow that says tree view, and then hit expand all. When that happens, you will see all the posts that everyone has already made. If no one has made any at that point, you will press create thread and create your own introductory post. You will craft it by putting your name in the subject line, and then you will press submit, and after you put in all the information that we asked for in the introductory post. When it's time to make your first content lecture post, you will go to the second week 1 post 2 forum, and you will craft your discussion board board course according to the directions in the grading rubric, and make sure that you've looked at it all before you actually submit your post. If you open it, you will see questions on lectures 1 through 5. You only have to answer one. You only need to craft your post on one of these areas. So pick one and craft your post. Also, either pick the same one or a different one for your response to a colleague. If you pick a different one to respond to a colleague, make sure you're responding to them under the one that they posted on, not the one you did. You'll see something that looks like this, a question, a typical multiple choice question, and what we're going to ask you to do is to use scientific thinking in attempting to answer it. Remember that science is a way of thinking. Many times students will just jump to confirm what they already think the answer is, rather than going through the answers one at a time and falsifying each answer choice until they get to one they cannot falsify. That is what we're going to ask you to do throughout the discussion boards. So if you look at the first answer, and all answers one at a time, you will seek to falsify each answer and give us your detailed logic. You'll tell us which answer survives your falsification attempts, therefore it's the correct answer, and tell us why. When you respond to a colleague, either on this question or another one, make sure you comment on the specific part of their post, adding new information to what they said and not just repeating what you said in your response. This will help you, again, with the scientific way of thinking, but it will also help you to learn to talk the talk of science. Next, when you go into exam study prep, what you'll find is that you'll see a midterm 1, lectures 1 to 12, but for each midterm you will see another folder come up. If you open it, you'll see practice exams, but you'll also see discussion board clarification. Because what we do after the entire week is over, we look at all the questions we gave you in the discussion boards, and we clarify for you what the correct answer is and why. So this is an invaluable learning asset and study asset for your exams. We will tell you through the Blackboard announcements exactly when they're available so that you can use them to study. Now, how to succeed in Bio 202? We strongly recommend that you watch all the lectures, you read the textbook, and you use the PowerPoints. Make sure you complete all assignments on time. This course moves extremely fast through the 8 weeks, and it is the same course that's offered at Stony Brook University during the regular semester. It's just compressed into a shorter time frame. So please make sure you catch up. It's very easy to fall behind. Make sure that you engage in your discussion boards and your quizzes, and make sure you're attempting to understand the content. We've found that students that take these seriously, the quizzes and the discussion boards, and use them properly, actually do better on exams. Sources of help. You can ask administrative questions at any time in the forum. You can ask content questions at any time during the forum. Your undergraduate TAs are in your discussion boards. You can contact them not just in the boards but outside through email to help them if you're having a problem. You can have your instructional support is Kristen Slovak. She knows a tremendous amount about the content of Bio 202. Professor Satovsky is available for office hours, live or web-based. He answers his emails incredibly quickly. And I'm available at any time to answer any Blackboard concerns or discussion concerns or grading concerns. Thank you.